agents, a lot of law enforcement that I've been speaking with along the border, they say as of right now things are quiet and manageable. And then you add to that the tighter asylum restrictions and then the summer heat, and things are considerably different than what we saw in places like El Paso, where we're standing right now, in comparison to what we saw last year, right? The thing about immigration is it is an unknown for most of America, and that generates a lot of fear in people, which is why this has become a very hot topic. When we saw Trump on the border in Arizona a few weeks ago, he laid out part of his plan talking about tighter restrictions and penalties as part of what he wants to do if he's elected. On the other side of it, we haven't heard much from Harris when it comes to her immigration plan, other than she would try and resurrect that border security bill that was torpedoed right now. Listen, we have talked to voters. They want facts, they want policy, they want strategy. John?
And look, Trump's been taking a hard line on this issue for a long, long time, but an even harder line this time than when he first ran.
Yeah, he is vowing mass deportations. And in a recent interview, he suggested that he would even use the National Guard and even the military to target. We're talking about 15 million to 20 million people, possibly. The last government estimate was 11 million migrants, which he hasn't necessarily explained exactly how this would be carried out, but it is one of the campaign promises that he makes over and over again at every single rally, John.
And Kamala Harris defending her record. She's not the border czar. They call her the border czar.
Yeah, but she knows tonight that she has to make clear to voters really what her role was here. She was not the border czar. She was never tasked with border security, as Trump has argued. She was put in charge of addressing the root causes of immigration. But it is certainly safe to say that they know this is a vulnerability for her. She is braced for those attacks to come tonight.
Okay, another key issue, crime and safety, of course, top issue in the election. Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas been tracking this for us. Pierre, joining us from D.C., Donald Trump has been slamming Democrats and Kamala Harris over the issue of violent crime, saying that it is way on the rise. What is the reality here?
John, here are the facts. Crime, particularly violent crime and gun violence, rose dramatically in Trump's final year in office. That increase continued in the first year of the Biden administration, but for the past 2 years, we've seen significant decreases, sometimes double-digit decreases in violent crime. Murder so far this year is down 17% in the nation's biggest cities. But no one's jumping for joy because gun violence is a chronic epidemic in this nation. And they're always flashing symbols that are painful reminders. And in just the past 7 days alone, we had a 14-year-old boy walk into a Georgia high school and allegedly kill 2 classmates and 2 teachers using an assault rifle. As we speak, there's a desperate manhunt in Kentucky to find the sniper who was shooting at people driving along a busy highway. These are all impacts on the way people actually feel, John.
Yeah, whatever the global stats are, people are concerned about crime. Martha?
And of course, another key issue, abortion, Mary, and Kamala Harris looks at very strong issue for the Democrats.
She has been out in front on this issue and hammering Donald Trump on this, blaming him, pointing the finger squarely at him, saying he is to blame for the tough new abortion restrictions sweeping the country. We have seen over and over again that she knows that he has bragged about appointing the Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe. She knows that polling shows this is a winning issue. And of course, that every time that abortion access has been on the ballot since Roe was overturned, reproductive
better things to do than clean out clogged gutters. Call today and never clean out clogged gutters again.
Refilters technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed. Call 833-REFILTER today or visit refilter.com.
Yo, partner.
We're not partners. I'm the detective and you are the consultant. I see you brought your baby to a crime scene.
She is just spectating. You're a single mom with 3 kids pretending to be a cop.
I am not pretending. I spot things that detectives miss.
Still think my theory's flimsy?
That big brain of hers is going to help us close a lot of cases.
Just out here super confident. High Potential premieres September 17th on ABC.
Live from Hollywood, it's Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars premieres live on ABC and Disney Plus next day on Hulu.
Abby S. asked, how many devices can my Wi-Fi handle?
That's an easy one, Allie. The average home has more devices than ever.
But our gateways are engineered to handle hundreds.
So not only will they work today,
They'll also work tomorrow.
That's our new intern.
thanks, buddy. Oh, okay, yeah.
Power all your devices with fast, reliable Xfinity internet for just $30 a month for 12 months. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff.
And welcome back. You are taking a live look right now at the spin room here in Philadelphia. Surrogates for each campaign will head there right after the debate, and more than 1,000 journalists will be there too. They are here covering the big night. The Latino vote will be influential this November. Latinos are now the second largest voting bloc in the country, with more than 36 million who will be able to vote in 2024. So let's bring in Maria Salinas, who is in Miami for us. Maria, you have covered 10 elections. We know both campaigns trying to appeal to Latino voters in this final match.
Exactly. They are both trying very hard to get the Latino vote because it's so important, including in the battleground states. And now Kamala Harris is doing better than President Trump with Latino voters. You know, there are still 10 to 15% of Latinos that are considered persuadable. So they still can be convinced by either one. But there's about 30%, between 25 and 30% of Latinos that have traditionally voted Republican. They continue to do so, no matter who the candidate is. President Trump did improve those numbers in the last 2 elections, but Kamala Harris has also improved her numbers tremendously from Biden, from when before he dropped out of the race, but she still has not reached the amount of support that he had in 2020. So there's an opportunity for both Biden and for both Trump and Harris to capture the Latino vote.
Yeah, Harris is doing a lot better than President Biden was with this very key demographic. We were just talking about immigration, Maria. What about the views on immigration when it comes to these voters?
Well, for Latino voters, their views on immigration have shifted than they were in the last few elections. You know, now they support a more stricter laws, a more hardline approach toward immigration. And that is because usually the Democrats promised immigration reform and Latinos were attracted to that promise, but that promise never materialized. Now they feel that the recent arrivals hurt not only their image, but they feel that it is unfair that they are getting paroled. Many of them are getting work permits while there are still millions of undocumented people here living in this country that are either married to U.S. citizens or have children that are U.S. born, that have been waiting for decades, also the dreamers. And that's the one thing that I think that they need to take into consideration. One thing that might hurt President Trump is the mass deportations. Latinos are not in favor of mass deportations. Right?
Maria Salinas, we so appreciate your time and your insights. Thank you so much for joining us. John?
All right, we are less than 30 minutes away from the first debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. When we come back, the global stakes in this most extraordinary moment.
Explore the mighty Mississippi River. with American Cruise Lines. Aboard the newest fleet of modern river boats in America, experience award-winning shore excursions, historical battlefields, and exquisite regionally inspired cuisine. The Mississippi River beckons exploration. Visit AmericanCruiseLines.com or call for a free cruise guide. Small ship cruising done perfectly.
Have you always had trouble losing weight and keeping it? Same.
Discover the power of Wegovy. In the march on to the beat with Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds. Wegovy.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Wegovy helps you lose weight and keep it off. I'm reducing my risk. Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with heart disease and obesity or overweight. About vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest, depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration and may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight
I'm keeping it off.
and I'm lowering my CV risk. Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare professional about Wegovy.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th mid-commercial. No. It's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I would have to do like 4 of these. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? So I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Yeah. It's still $15, so whenever you're ready. Right on that production value.
Before Apoquel Chewable for allergic itch, giving dogs pills was a battle of wits. Oh, Maria, I wanted to your foolish game.
Is it gone?
Totally gone. Itch relief just got easier. Apoquel, the trusted #1 treatment for allergic itch, is now available in a tasty chewable that works in a day.
Do not use in dogs with serious infections. May cause worsening of existing parasitic skin infestations or pre-existing cancers and serious infections. New neoplasias have been observed. Do not dogs less than 12 months old.
Ask your vet for Apoquel Chewable.
Do it.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. Hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One a day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One a day. Science that matters.
AI, you hear about it every day, and it is growing. Let's find out more about it together.
This is the biggest technical advance of my lifetime.
Join me and leading experts for AI and the Future of Us, an Oprah Winfrey special, Thursday on ABC.
We're hosting the Emmys, and this year they're going highbrow.
No, they said eyebrow. They want you to make bad jokes about your eyebrows, but you're not doing it.
Why don't they go through proper channels? My brows have their own agent.
What did I just say?
What?
Back now in Philadelphia, about 28 minutes until the debate begins, a debate the whole world is watching because the decisions the next president makes will have a profound effect on America's role in the world, from Ukraine to Russia and, of course, Israel. So let's start there with our Matt Gutman, who has spent months covering the conflict in the Middle East, and that I know this debate is being watched very closely there.
Very closely, Martha, and a former longtime advisor for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu told me that he's going to be watching very closely for what former President Trump has to say about Iran. He said for Netanyahu, both Harris and Trump are known quantities, but the advisor telling me that for Netanyahu, a Trump presidency would be a dream come true, especially because of the mounting scrutiny that Netanyahu has been under, increasing allegations that he's been dragging his feet on this hostage deal and ceasefire, mounting even further after the release of that video showing the tunnel in which those 6 hostages were executed, including American Hirsch Goldberg Pollen, not just a couple of hours ago. And if you ask Israelis and Palestinians what they're looking for from Vice President Harris, they're likely to say they want to know what she has to offer that is different from what the Biden administration has been doing the past several months. Despite massive efforts, they promised that a deal is around the corner, but it remains elusive. And it's going to be a lot easier of a sell for the former president who's never faced a crisis like this, but he's likely going to say and repeat what he said in the past, that if he were president, October 7th would never have happened. If he were president, he would have been able to have strong-armed Hamas and Netanyahu into a ceasefire and hostage deal that would have saved the lives of many Palestinians and, of course, those hostages, Martha.
A lot of challenges about that tonight for sure, Matt. Thanks so much. Ukraine also at the center of this. Let's bring in Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Ian Pannell, who is in Ukraine. Closely watched there as well, Ian.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I spoke to an advisor to the president's office today, and he used one simple word: critical. It's critical what happens tonight. It's critical what happens in November, not just to Ukraine, but I think this sends strong signals to other critical areas in terms of foreign policy for the United States, for example, China. And this war is just grinding on. I mean, overnight, Ukraine launching one of its biggest drone attacks on Russia since the start of this war. 20 drones were shot down the Moscow region, over 145 into Russia. The apartment block hit, a woman killed, and one of Moscow's airports was also struck. What we've seen is Ukraine repeatedly trying to target Russia in an attempt to try and bring the war home to the Kremlin and to the Russian people. And this is partly because they've been given restrictions on the weapons that have been supplied by the United States and others. What Ukraine is hoping is that those restrictions are going to be lifted. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has come here to Kyiv this week. Speaking in London, he confirmed that Iran has now transferred ballistic missiles to Russia. They're expecting that those are going to be used in the coming weeks. He describes this also as a critical moment for Ukraine. So all eyes are going to be on tonight's presidential debate. Even apparently President Zelensky expected to tune in. And the outcome, I think, of this presidential debate is going to be critical to the outcome of Ukraine's defense against Russia's invasion. Martha?
Okay, thanks so much, Ian. And Ian and I have both spent a great deal of time in Afghanistan, John, as you know, and that will be a key issue tonight. Former President Trump has been slamming the Biden-Harris administration for that disastrous withdrawal, the way it was done in Afghanistan.
Hey, look, let's say it bluntly. It was a dark moment for the Biden campaign, for the Biden presidency. It might be the darkest moment of his presidency. In fact, the Republicans have now given a congressional Medal of Honor, not the Medal of Honor. They announced
Congressional Medal of Freedom. Yes.
To the 13 service members who died at Abbey Gate in Afghanistan. And one thing, if you look at that moment, so that withdrawal from Afghanistan happened in August of 2021. The other thing that happened in August of 2021 was that Joe Biden became an unpopular president. His popularity, his favorability ratings went below 50%. They never came back.
But Joe Biden was also at the time saying this would not be like Saigon. We all saw those images of that. It's hard to play that down. If you're the president, it's hard to call that a success. And Mary, let's go back to Israel and Gaza, a key issue also for Kamala Harris, and a very, very fine line she has to walk.
A very fine line. And this is one of those rare issues where she is taking a notably different tone from the president. She has been much more forceful in speaking out about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, stressing, yes, of course, Israel has a right to defend itself, but saying Palestinians also have the right to dignity, security, and freedom. Now, policy-wise, she is largely vowing to continue the policies of the Biden administration, but there is no question on this issue, she is facing the most pressure from Democratic voters. I've been at nearly every Harris rally so far, and almost every one she is interrupted by protesters eager to make their voices heard on it. They will be listening closely.
Very strong voting bloc there too, Rachel.
Yeah, they're going to be listening to that message. All right, so coming up, Senator Tom Cotton and Governor Josh Shapiro are standing by with just about 20 minutes until the debate. Stay with us.
Take it
advantage of everything AARP has to offer right now. Join AARP for $9 per year with a 5-year term, and your second membership is free. Get access to discounts on everyday purchases, eye care and prescriptions, and tools and tips to help manage your money and maximize your health. Plus, AARP fights to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more. Join and get an insulated trunk organizer free, plus AARP the magazine. Call or go to joinaarp.org now. Scout is protected by Simparica Trio, and he's in it to win it. Simparica Trio is the first tube with triple protection. Oh, please. And kick. Intestinal worms. Well, heartworm disease, no problem with Simparica Trio. This drug class has been associated with neurologic adverse reactions, including seizures, used with caution in dogs with a history of these disorders. For winning protection, go with Simparica Trio.
Still not confident about which used car to buy?
Nope.
Why not ask the most confident person you know?
My old high school coach. This one's got talent, toughness, the will to win.
Let me coach you on this. Just say, tell me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
This ship is heaven. There should be no guilt on the pleasure cruise. Doctor, it's your job to keep everybody alive. No pulse. You can be hit. 1, 2, 3. There. I have a pulse. You're gonna be okay.
Get Jim's take on the debate with Jane Fonda and George Conway. New tonight on ABC.
Subscribe to Hulu Plus Live TV and get $30 back on your first month.
Good morning, America. Thanks for having us.
No long-term contract.
You can do whatever you want.
You sure about that?
Come in.
No
hidden fees. No bookie equipment.
Great. We've got you covered.
So, with over 95 live channels, never miss a second of your favorite live sports, news, and shows. Go to hulu.com/live-tv and start your free trial today.
Audience are the reason we do this show.
And we love hearing from you.
TV's #1 entertainment talk show has everyone talking. You guys are so great together. Entertaining, hilarious, and so fun to watch. I am positive that you both are soulmates for sure. Always enjoy Kelly's snoring stories. You're the best we got on TV. Thanks for all the love. We promise to bring more of what you love to your newsfeed. Watch live weekday mornings at 9
On ABC7.
Allie asks, how many devices can my Wi-Fi handle?
That's an easy one, Allie. The average home has more devices than ever.
But our gateways are engineered to handle hundreds.
So not only will they work today,
They'll also work tomorrow.
That's our new intern.
thanks, buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Power all your devices with fast, reliable Xfinity internet for just $30 a month for 12 months. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff.
And there you see the debate stage here in Philadelphia. The debate now less than 20 minutes away, and we are joined on behalf of does know the television of this as well.
Well, he does, but I think
the style and the debate stage and the lighting and all that is going to be secondary in the minds of most voters, especially those trying to make up their minds to what they hear from the two candidates about their record. People remember that with Donald Trump, they had good times, they had rising wages, they had stable prices, we had peace and stability. And with Kamala Harris, a dangerous San Francisco liberal, and Joe Biden in the White House, we've had none of that. So I think it's going to be a clear contrast between President Trump and Kamala Harris tonight, and the American people, starting tonight and over the next 8 weeks, are going to make the decision they want President Trump back in the White House.
All right, there's Senator Cotton with one side of this debate, very sharply worded. Mary, the other side.
For the other side now, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro joins us, of course, a key surrogate for the Harris campaign. You heard Senator Cotton there. He says that voters know who Donald Trump is. You've seen the polling. A large slice of voters say they simply don't know enough about the vice president. Is this her last chance to reach out to those critical voters, show them who she really is, what she stands for?
Look, I'm not sure what world Senator Cotton was living in, but when Donald Trump was in charge, the only thing we had more of in this country was more chaos. I think under Kamala Harris, you're going to see someone who's compassionate, who cares deeply about the welfare of all Americans, no matter what they look like, where they come from, who they love, who they pray to. An economic message that lifts people up instead of shutting out the middle class. I expect you'll see Kamala Harris speak not only about her strong track record,
To surrogates from both campaigns. Coming up, we are going to talk to somebody who has both debated Donald Trump and helped him prepare for big debates. With tonight's showdown less than 14 minutes away.
At Simply Safe, your safety is the only thing that matters. We designed smarter ways to detect motion for fast emergency response. We create HD cameras so you can see what's happening in your home from anywhere, all powered by Fast Protect technology, exclusively from Simply Safe for faster police response. Get Simply Safe today with no contracts or cancellation fees, so you're never locked in. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Honestly, I was scared when I was told age-related macular degeneration could jeopardize my vision.
Great. One more thing to worry about.
It was all too hard to deal with in the beginning. But making a plan with my doctor to add Preservision was easy.
Preservision AREDS 2 contains the exact NEI-invented clinically proven nutrient formula to help reduce the risk of moderate to advanced AMD progression.
Thanks to Preservision, I feel better that I'm doing something about it, like millions of others.
Preservision. AC shutdown? That's hot. Tray pan overflow? That's damage. Look, it's not that your AC is broken, it's that your tray line is clogged. But don't worry, that's why I invented iFlow, the world's first automatic AC drain line cleaning system to keep your AC going and the cool air flowing. iFlow is a smart device that automatically clears the clog and prevents it from ever happening again. And installation is a breeze. There's an app to help you through it, or we can send a pro to do it. For special money-saving deals, visit buyiflow.com.
Why won't Scout play with us anymore?
He has something called osteoarthritis pain. It's joint pain that hurts him all the time. Now, there's Librela, the first and only once-monthly injection to control your dog's OA pain. Veterinary professionals administering Librela who are pregnant, trying to conceive, or breastfeeding should take extreme care to avoid self-injection, which can cause allergic reactions like anaphylaxis.
This is the best day of my life! Librela!